In Navia, you can find the 98 world explorations. For the first, start from the central upper side of the map. To be precise, use the space rift called Cetus Island. From its location, turn to the left and use the road going down, then the staircase going to the right. Then, at the first crossroad, go to the right and get behind the carousel. Not far from it, you have to start climbing the roller coaster left support. While doing so, use the grey supports in order to recover your stamina before proceeding further. Once you reach the upper side, you need to start climbing on top of the yellow support on the left. This will allow you to get to the upper stars, and you have to reach the third one and climb on top of it. From up here, jumping toward the previous star, you will be able to collect the first black nucleus. Now look back to the central part of the amusement park and then start gliding toward the fountain to the left. Once there, jump inside the structure and immediately after use the jetpack. While doing so, you will notice a gold nucleus you will be able to collect. For the next one, it's time to use the Cetus Island Space Rift to get out from here. Then, in the main passage, you will notice an opened side on the left. We need to start climbing the right brown structure. Use the small platforms in order to rest and continue forward. On the next platform you have to start climbing from the left side. This will guide you toward the Type 2 password chest and you have to reach the opposite side of the platform. Then use your jetpack in order to boost yourself up toward the Ferris wheel. In this direction you will find an air balloon, and for the black nucleus you have to enter inside its cabin. Now keep gliding toward the Ferris wheel and enter inside one of the cars. This will take a while, but you have to wait until you will reach the upper point. Here you will find a black nucleus and you have to remember that you need to jump here in order to be able to collect it. For the next one, go back to the Cetus Island Space Rift. Now, on the right side from the mine entrance, you have to start exploring the mine external part, where, after a support on the right, you have to jump down. Get on top of the platform you will see below and then turn around. Now you have to glide toward the central area between the two lateral supports. In the middle of this platform, you will find a gold nucleus and you need to double jump in order to collect it. Now turn to the left and reach the central connection between the two supports. Immediately in front of you, you will notice a huge cable and you have to jump down here. Immediately below you will notice another cable and you have to reach its second thickest part. Above one of the margins of it, you will find the black nucleus you came for. For next one, jump immediately below and you will notice a mushroom puzzle. To solve the puzzle, start jumping from the smaller to the higher mushroom, and as a result in the middle between them will appear a gold nucleus you can collect. Now looking around, you will notice a light coming from a ruin you have to reach. Now on its right side you have to find a blue creature, then reach the entrance inside the turbine on the right. From here you will be able to throw the blue creature inside a blue flower that will spit out a black nucleus that now you can collect. At this point, look toward the left side of the overhanging, where you will notice a base you have to reach. At the end of it, climb on top of the yellow cylindrical structure, then using the jetpack get on top of the air balloon on the left, where you will find a black nucleus. For the next one, reach the central upper side of the map. To be precise, you have to start from the space rift called Raincolor Island. From here, turn to the right, and then, using the jetpack, reach the other overhanging in front of you. Once close to the track, reach the left overhanging, where you will notice a tube sticking out. Using the jetpack, carefully enter inside it, where you will find a dandelion that you have to attack in order to free its dandelion's heads. Inside one of these dandelion's heads, you will find a black nucleus you will be able to collect after destroying it. From the tube, turn to the right and reach the central part of the road you will notice down there. At the right margins of this road, near a blue plant, you will find an oil plant that you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus within. Now proceed further and jump downhill toward a red tree. Here, along the mountain wall, you will find a small cave that you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to free a black nucleus that now you can collect. Now, behind this cave, climb on top of the hill, then proceed further toward the next mountain wall that you have to climb as well. Once up here, on the left side inside the dandelion, you will find another black nucleus. Next, turn to the left and you will notice several smaller overhangings you have to use in order to reach the upper side of the cliff. Up here you have to explore the left side of the overhanging, where you will find a platform on top of which there is a cannon symbol. You need to shoot it with the Omnium Cannon relic, and not far from here, between two trees, will appear a black nucleus on top of another platform. From this platform turn to the left and get behind the rock platform, from where you have to jump downhill toward the shores you will see there. Then turn around and on top of the water you will notice a black nucleus that now you have to collect. For the next location, turn to the left and using the jetboard reach the island you will see in front of you. From there you have to turn to the right and get behind the next island you will see there. This will allow you to find a blue plant on top of a wrecked ship, and from the island you will be able to find a blue creature to toss inside it in order to obtain a gold nucleus in exchange. For the next location, turn to the right, and you will notice some small overhangings you have to use in order to climb on top of the hill. Once you will reach the last small overhanging, you have to use the jetpack in order to start climbing the right wall. This will allow you to reach a section where you will be able to recover your stamina. Then you have to go to the left along the mountain wall and reach the next overhanging. By climbing a little bit further, you will find a green area with a tree. Behind the tree you will find a small extrusion from the mountain wall you have to use in order to boost yourself to the left passage. At the end of it, after climbing the right part of the mountain wall, you will find a cave you can open using a fire weapon in order to obtain a gold nucleus within. For the next location, climb the mountain wall behind the cave. Then, along the right overhanging, you will find a dandelion from which you will be able to obtain a black nucleus. Immediately from the previous location, jump downhill and along the mountain wall you will find a small volcano. By attacking it with a frost weapon, it will cool down the lava, as a result revealing the gold nucleus within to loot. For the next location, climb back up the hill and on the right side get behind the watchtower. Now on the right you will find an overhanging from where you have to jump down. Immediately after, turn around and using the jetpack reach the overhanging below, where you will find a gold nucleus. From here you have to use the jetpack staying along the right side of the mountain wall in order to find a lower overhanging where to recover your stamina. Now climb the last part, then go ahead staying along the right overhanging until you will find a dandelion from where you have to recover a black nucleus. For the next, turn around and reach the other side of the central structure you will find here. A few steps forward, before a tree, you will find an oil plant you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to free a black nucleus to collect. For the next, turn to the right and reach the second tree. Then, a few steps forward on the right side from a boulder, you will find another oil plant to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus. At this point, turn to the left and after using the wooden platforms, reach the end of the structure. By jumping straight forward, you will be able to collect a black nucleus. While gliding down, turn to the right toward the plain below. A little bit further after the plane, land on top of the road in front of the red bush. This will allow you to find an oil plant you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus. For the next location, turn to the left, jump down from the overhanging and reach the other one. By using the road you will find here going to the right, you will find a dandelion that has the next black nucleus to collect. From here jump on top of the small hill and proceed further till the last stone overhanging from where you have to jump down. Here you will find a small bay and at its beginning you will find a dark nucleus. At this point you need to climb over the mountain wall to the left. Then proceed further toward the upper cable, where you will find a statue in front of which you have to use the strange cube in order to remove the ball from above. This also will reveal a gold nucleus that now you can collect. From the statue location, proceed further, jump down from the cliff and start using the left passage. Near the end of the sand shores, you will find a black nucleus on top of the water you can easily obtain by swimming toward it. Time to move to the top right corner of the map. To be precise, you have to start from the Omnium Tower. Reach its left overhanging and use the jetpack in order to boost yourself up. By flying behind the tower, you will find an air balloon and above it there is a black nucleus. For the next location, turn to the left and glide above the cables you will see above the water. On top of the central part of the right cable, you will find a gold nucleus to collect. Now turn around and use the right cable in order to get back uphill. Immediately on the right, you will find a platform you have to shoot with an Omnium hand cannon, and as a result, slightly to the left will appear a gold nucleus to collect. From the nucleus platform, turn around, then get behind the stone pillar. Here you have to jump down from the hill and slow down your fall with the jetpack in order to be able to easily collect a black nucleus in mid-air. Now open the map and teleport back above the Omnium Tower. By turning around and jumping down from the left corner, you will be able to find a dandelion you have to destroy in order to obtain another black nucleus. Now you have to go toward the left overhanging, staying close to the right mountain wall. Looking down, you will find a pipe you have to enter using the jetpack in order to reach a dandelion you have to destroy in order to obtain another black nucleus. For the next location, jump down from the pipe toward the bridge. Then reach the central water passage, where you will find a black nucleus. From here proceed a little bit further, then to the left, where you will need to climb on top of the left cliff. This will allow you to find a dandelion you have to destroy in order to obtain a black nucleus. Now start using the road going to the right. Along the right margins of this road you will find an oil plant you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus. At this point turn to the left and using several smaller overhanging reach the top of the cliff, where you will find a statue in front of which you have to use the strange cube relic in order to reveal a black nucleus that now you can collect. From the statue now look to the right. This will allow you to notice a dandelion you have to destroy in order to obtain a black nucleus. For the next location you have to turn around and use the road until you will start going up. On the left margins of it you will notice an oil plant you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain the black nucleus within. Now you need to go to the right and stay along the mountain wall. This will allow you to find a cave you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain the black nucleus within. Now use the jetpack in order to boost yourself on top of the mountain, then turn to the right and reach the cylindrical structure you will notice in the distance. Around this structure you have to search for a blue creature that you have to pick up and throw inside the small hole you will notice on his back. Now get inside and hide from the aggressive blue creature behind the blue flower. This will result in him walking inside the flower that will eat him up and spit out a black nucleus that now you can collect. Now leave this structure and a little bit further jump downhill, where after a group of small blue flowers you will find an oil plant you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus within. At this point you have to turn around and climb back up the mountain wall. Next you have to turn to the left and get on top of the overhanging you will see in this direction. Then use the left passage until you will reach a dandelion containing the next black nucleus. For the next location turn to the right and climb on top of the next hill. Immediately after, in front of you, you will notice another dandelion containing the next black nucleus. For the next one go to the right and start climbing on top of the mountain wall you will see here. Immediately after you will notice that you will be able to just run on top of this wall without climbing it until you will reach a small overhanging. At this point you have to turn around, double jump and dash toward the left wall. This will allow you to reach another part where you will be able to run above and you have to turn around and reach the peak here. From where then get to the overhanging on the left, from where you will be able to keep going up till the higher part of the mountain. All the way up there you will find a gold nucleus to collect. For the next, it's time to reach the bottom left corner of the map, where you will need to use a space reef called North 7th Day Forest. Behind this space rift you will find a truck, while behind the truck you will find a dandelion containing a black nucleus. Next, jump downhill to the right, where you have to reach a red boat. Hovering exactly above its mast you will find a black nucleus. For the next location, start again from the previous space rift, then turn to the right and start using the road going uphill. Then, using the right side of the mountain wall, you will find a small overhanging where you will be able to recover your stamina. Next, get on top of the right side of the mountain wall, then turn around. You will see some cables connected to a tower you have to reach. Get on top of the right cable and start using it going down. Somewhere in the middle you will find a password chest, and after jumping over it, reach the next connection point. Finally, turn to the right and using the jetpack you will be able to loot a hovering gold nucleus. Once you will land in the lake, start using the jetboard and go toward a crate sticking out from the water. Proceeding in this direction along the coast you will find a black nucleus you can obtain now. From the previous location you have to start climbing on top of the overhanging slightly to the left. After restoring your stamina on top of the first hill, you have to keep climbing until you will reach its top. Immediately after, in front of a cylindrical structure, you will find a dandelion containing the next black nucleus. For the next location, turn to the left and staying along the overhanging, you will find a button. On top of it, you have to execute a heavy attack. Doing so will spawn a black nucleus nearby you have to collect. From this location, approach the overhanging on the left and you will notice a pipe sticking out from the mountain wall. Get inside this pipe using the jetpack, then attack the dandelion in order to free its dandelion's head, in one of which there is the black nucleus you need. From the pipe you have to turn around and climb back uphill, then after the tree you have to reach the road. Along its margins, slightly to the right, you will find an oil plant you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to free a black nucleus. For the next location, turn to the left, and staying along the mountain wall, you have to climb on top of the small overhangings you will find over there. From the last small overhanging, you have to use the jetpack in order to boost yourself toward a higher one. Then start climbing the right mountain wall until you will reach the hill's top. Next, turn to the right, reach the password chest and jump down from the overhanging. Proceed further, staying along the right overhanging until you will reach the cables. Now jump downhill to the right and using the jetpack land yourself on top of a small overhanging. Then turn around and in one mountain corner you will find a black nucleus to collect. At this point, turn to the right and staying along the mountain overhanging, use the other flat areas until you will reach a small extruded section you will be able to climb on top of, from where you have to start climbing normally the wall. Up here you have to proceed further till the ruin entrance, then on the right side you have to proceed toward the red trees. Not far from two blue flower areas you will find an oil plant you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to collect a black nucleus. From here you have to turn to the right and you will notice in the distance a dandelion you have to destroy in order to obtain the next black nucleus. From here, looking around, you will notice a radio tower. Using the central ladder, reach the entrance, then start climbing even further until you will reach the upper side of the roof. Here, on top of the central antenna arm, you will find a black nucleus to collect. Looking around from up here, you will notice a huge waterfall and you have to jump toward it. Immediately after, slightly to the right, you will notice a smaller waterfall you have to reach first. In the central part of its overhanging, you will find the next black nucleus. Use the left side to get out from the water, then get on top of the bridge you will notice on the right. From its beginning, you have to jump down under the bridge and you will notice a volcano along the mountain wall. You will need to attack it with a frost weapon in order to cool down the lava that will reveal a gold nucleus that now you can collect. For the next location, climb back up toward the bridge entrance. Then use the road going away from this location. Along the left margins of this road, in front of a tree, you will find an oil plant to attack with a fire weapon in order to reveal a black nucleus to collect. Now turn around and get behind the cylindrical structure you will notice on the right. This will allow you to find along the mountain wall a cave that you can open using a fire weapon in order to reveal a black nucleus within. For the next location, turn to the right and go toward a smaller tree you will find in the distance. Behind it, in the middle of the river, you will find the next black nucleus. Now get out from the water and stay along the left shores. After two red trees, you will find a dandelion you have to destroy in order to obtain the next black nucleus. For the next one, get on the other side of the river near a burning car. Not far from it you will find a blue plant and you have to search for a blue creature to toss inside to obtain a black nucleus. At this point turn to the right and you will notice a passage that will allow you to go uphill. Near the higher point here you will find a dandelion that will have the next black nucleus you need. Now jump downhill to the right where you will notice 3 mushrooms. By jumping from the left one to the right one, at the end it will reveal a black nucleus you will be able to collect. For the next one, reach the road on the left, then start going to its right. On its left margins, after a yellow fence, you will find an oil plant to attack with a fire weapon to reveal a black nucleus. Now look to the left and get on the other side of the small forest. Immediately after you will find a statue in front of which you have to use the strange cube in order to reveal a black nucleus to collect. Now turn around and in the mountain corner you have to start climbing on top of it. Here on the left side, hidden by some plants, you will find a platform. Execute a heavy attack on top of it in order to reveal a gold nucleus nearby to collect. Behind the platform, you will find a radio tower and behind it you have to jump downhill. Immediately in front of you, near the overhanging, you will find a dandelion to destroy in order to obtain the next black nucleus. At this point, jump downhill to the right. Then turn around and you will notice a small cave you have to open with a fire weapon in order to be able to loot a black nucleus. Time to visit the bottom right corner of the map. To be precise, you'll need to use the space rift called South 7th Day Forest. From the space rift you have to go to the left until you will reach a cylindrical structure. Inside it you will find a blue plant and you have to toss inside it a blue creature in order to be able to loot a gold nucleus. For the next location you have to exit the cylindrical structure going to the right and then reach the mountain wall on the right side from the trees. Now look up and along the mountain wall you will notice an active small volcano we have to reach. After attacking it with a frost weapon, you will be able to cool down the lava and reveal a black nucleus that now you can obtain. For the next location, keep climbing up until you will reach the top side of the mountain. Further ahead, you will find a blue plant in which you have to toss a blue creature in order to obtain a black nucleus. Now turn around, reach the end of the hill and jump down. A little bit further, near the next overhanging, you will find a dandelion you have to destroy in order to obtain the next black nucleus. From here, reach the overhanging and fly above the central pillar of the waterfall. Above it, you will find a gold nucleus to collect. From here, jump down to the left, where you will notice a strange statue. In front of it, using the strange cube relic, will reveal a black nucleus above it to collect. Looking behind the statue, you will need to reach the waterfall on the left. In its center you will find a small active volcano you have to attack with a frost weapon in order to reveal a black nucleus to collect. At this point, jump down from the waterfall and use the jetpack in order to slow down your fall. Along the left shores, above the water, you will find a black nucleus to collect. Now get out from the water using the left side, then jump downhill. Immediately after, turn around and you will find a small cave you have to open using a fire weapon in order to be able to loot a black nucleus. For the next two, turn again around and a few steps further you will find 2 blue plants. Inside both you have to throw a blue creature and both will give you a black nucleus to collect. At this point, proceed further and after the trees and a highway entrance on the right, you will notice a huge enemy in front of you. He will be close to an oil plant. You have to attack with a fire weapon in order to be able to collect a black nucleus. Here, behind the 3 red trees, you need to climb on top of the mountain wall. Once on top of it, start going along the right overhanging until you will find an oil plant. You have to attack with a fire weapon in order to reveal a black nucleus. Now jump downhill to the right, and near a red tree you will find a blue plant. Toss inside it a blue creature in order to obtain a black nucleus in exchange. At this point go to the left and stay on the right side of the first 3 boulders. Immediately after the last one, hidden in the grass, you will find an oil plant to attack with a fire weapon to obtain another black nucleus. At this point you have to proceed further, staying slightly to the right from the mushroom you will notice in the distance. Between the boulders and the road you will find an oil plant. You have to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain the black nucleus within. For the next location, turn around and use the road. On the right side, in front of a broken car, you will find an oil plant to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus. At this point, turn to the left, and after a ruined structure, you have to reach the red forest. Staying along the mountain wall, you will find an overhanging near another group of trees. From up here, you will need to start climbing the mountain wall until you will find a small volcano to attack with a frost weapon in order to reveal a black nucleus within. From the volcano location, turn around and get to the road behind the trees. Immediately on the right from the small overhanging here, you will find an oil plant to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus. Now on the side of the road you have to get behind the trees and climb on top of the hill. Then along the right overhanging you will find a dandelion to destroy in order to obtain another black nucleus. At this point turn around, reach the road you will find in the middle and start going to the right. Checking along the left margins of the road will allow you to find an oil plant that you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus. For the next location, turn to the right and go toward the waterfalls you will notice in the distance. This will allow you to find a black dandelion near an overhanging that contains the next black nucleus. Now jump downhill and proceed toward the road after the forest. Here also you can find a green fence, and in front of it there is an oil plant you have to attack with a fire weapon in order to reach a black nucleus within. Now you need to use the passage across the river going to the left. Once on the other side, check behind the small left tree in order to find an oil plant to attack with a fire weapon in order to obtain a black nucleus. At this point, immediately in front of you, you will notice a mountain wall that you have to start climbing on top of. While doing so, look to the right in order to be able to spot an active small volcano. Once you found it, you need to attack it with a frost weapon in order to remove the lava and reveal a black nucleus you need to collect.